And now, it's time for the week that was, featuring Coach Marc Montoya of Factory X.
All right, we're on another week of the week that was here at Factory X. Coming at you, here we go. All right, so we're gonna briefly touch the UFC San Antonio card. Obviously, we had the main event with Dos Anjos and his counterpart, Mr. Leon Edwards. That fight was interesting on paper. The thing I noticed instantly when the two guys got in the cage was how much bigger Leon looked compared to Dos Anjos. Not that size always matters, but I was like, wow, he looks a lot bigger than him. The thing that happened in that fight was you saw Leon's crisp boxing, but the thing I was most impressed with was Edwards' entries and exits with his rear side elbow. That's something that I'm always a huge fan of in any mixed martial arts, but especially in MMA, is the use of elbows and knees. And he really utilized that well through his elbows, well in the entries, in the exits, and ultimately, cut him open a lot actually. And they had to call the doctor in to see where they're at. And then from there, obviously Edwards just went on and got the victory. So congratulations to both guys for getting in there. It's never easy to do that, but Edwards pulls away and shows that he's one of the best in that division. All right, so two others we're gonna touch. One is Walt Harris. Holy shit. That dude is amazing. I had the opportunity to train with Walt recently, and he's amazing. He comes from a good camp. His coach, Chris Connolly, Eric Anders, all those guys are together there in Alabama. So congratulations to that team and Walt. The thing about him is his athleticism. He has a college basketball background. He comes in and shows that he's gonna switch knee and throws a switch knee, turns his opponent, hits him with a straight left, and it's lights out in 12 seconds. Unbelievable. A lot of heavyweight matchups on that card. So it's good to watch that, especially given that we have Maurice Green, who trains with us here. So it was good film study for us to watch. And I know Arlovsky came through with a victory, and that's something that Mo called out. I'd love to see Maurice and Arlovsky tangle it up there in the cage in the octagon for the UFC. So really good job there for Walt, and impressive performance for him and the rest of the heavyweights that won that night. All right, so last one I'm going to touch on today is Dan Hooker versus James Vick. How about that? Dan Hooker, man, that guy is super underrated in my opinion. Vick is really good in that division. Obviously, that 155-pound division is stacked. He's got such long reach and just height and weird power at the end of his punches, Vick does. So, going into that fight, obviously Hooker was going to have to work inside of that range, and boy did he. He throws a feint right to the body and then comes over the top with a left hook, and he's able to finish Vick in impressive fashion, which is not easy to do. Vick is a tough and formidable opponent, and Hooker, consistently goes into the cage and he finishes guys. He's known for hitting those what people call basic knees. They're way more than basic, but he goes in there and he hits that feint to the body left hook. I'm assuming he either saw that as an opening or they practiced that a lot. So congratulations, Dan Hooker, his team. Vic, hey, keep your head up, buddy. You're an amazing athlete. I know you're on a tough little run right now, but remember, learning how to be a good loser is learning how to win, essentially. And so you've got that in your pocket, buddy. You've shown you can do that, and I know he'll be back. So great job to both guys. All right, so we're gonna flip the script on you, and I'm gonna ask you guys a question here. This is confusing the shit out of me, okay? So, obviously I have a bunch of 20-year-olds that I train, and I see their daily routine where they get on their phone and they FaceTime each other, yet in my opinion and estimation, FaceTime should be like, hey, I'm using FaceTime so I can actually see the person that I'm speaking to. However, these guys go and they answer the call on FaceTime, and then they take their phone and go like this. And then they speak, they don't look at each other, and they go, okay, homie, talk to you later, click. What in the hell are we doing? Shouldn't we just use the speaker function on our phone? If we're gonna go, hey, what's up? Put it on the table. Hey, speaker function. I'm speaking to the speaker out loud. You're speaking to me. I don't need to see you. Hit end, hit send, whatever the hell we're gonna do. That's my question, guys, is what in the hell is going on with that FaceTime function when you're not going to use it looking at the person that you're speaking to? Answer my question. I'm just curious. Subscribe, like, and share, but definitely comment because I want to know what the hell is going on that. We appreciate your help and all of your We appreciate your help and all the. I should just say fuck again. That's all I should say. Hey, we appreciate you subscribing and tuning in. That's what the fuck I'm trying to say. Let's end on this. I was recently listening to Craig Rochelle. He has a podcast. He is a pastor of multiple churches. He said something that really resonated with me, and I want to challenge you guys with the same thought. I wrote it down. He said, the greatest threat to future success is current success. So let me say that again. He said, the greatest threat to future success is current success. Hey, don't let complacency stop you from being who you want to be. Go out, chase those dreams, do your thing. But remember, just because you're successful today does not mean that it's going to consistently carry over tomorrow unless you decide to do that. Complacency cannot be that part in your life. You have to have that urgency to continue to stay successful. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.